Hi Aries, if you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. I've got your ink blot here made in your name and essence, scroll style if you want to take a screenshot to look for shapes or symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Thank you for holding space for me to share my insights as like a surreal story. And I'm going to dig in here to explore your aura, see what stands out. Aries, I'm seeing a candle that is, the wax is melting, and as it's melting, it's making texture, right? Like that, I'm seeing this candle very smooth, and then as it's melting, it's not smooth. Okay. But there's even something in that process that is very satisfying, even though when I'm seeing it down here, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm seeing a creature like sticking its tongue out at me in a playful way, like, excuse me. Why am I melting? I'm not melting. I understand that there's a candle burning. Do I feel like I'm diminishing? Or do I feel like I'm exposing something where like I'm in like a bath bomb or a candle and you burn it and there's a gift inside? And I'm not really sure if this gift is like a diamond ring or if it's $5 or $5,000. And maybe this is maybe some sort of Arians can identify with this or are aware of the symbolic nature of this. I'm not sure, but I kind of am going through this burning candle. Maybe you're burning the candle and you're becoming exhausted, if not already exhausted. And you're like, I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I'm going to keep going. Or I'm melting. And not in a Wicked Witch sort of way. Like, I don't want to be dramatic, Arians, but it's like my skin is just melting off me and I'm not feeling great about it. Now, I say that, and as soon as I said that, it's like somehow admitting it or saying it as a guest in your aura, so thank you. As soon as I said it, a vortex or something opened up here on my right side and said, now that you said it, do you see? What do I see? It's like almost as if that by admitting this melting of my meat suit or whatever the case may be, I might see me or be able to build me, like BuildaBear. Something about wrinkles. Something about wrinkles. I don't know if somebody feels that, through age of time and maybe just feeling saggy and slow again, but just somehow like admitting it or seeing it and saying, wow, I've, moved through time and space. My goodness, griefs and goodness and loves and loss. Magnificent. Magnificent. Okay, I'm going to keep going here, Arian. Sorry, it feels like a very illuminating with the candle symbology coming through, because there's also now like a candle carving. I'm seeing, I think I did it. I know I did it. I shouldn't say I think, and I tried it. You melt. Okay, thank you. Say you have a bunch of candles or pieces of wax from all different candles, this, that, or the other, and then you put them all in one and you melt them together and make a new candle. Like the Build-A-Bear, build a candle, build the illumination. the illumination of the light, whatever this may be, through the grief or through the melting, through this detox even. The wick of wonder, the light employs a structure around it that inevitably, unless it's strictly decorative, and I feel like that might mean something, if anyone's been in the Aryan energy upholding a decorative persona, or it's exhausting at around certain people, places, or things, there's a persona that you feel that you're decorated. It can be exhausting, right? And trying to melt those away. Now, on the flip side, I also just heard with the whole decorated, there might be a soldier or a veteran, somebody. Somebody in that realm, that landscape of life choices, being of service, and is a decorated soldier, and is home and might be working through what was seen, working through what was needed to be done. And that strength, the strength to have been there, done that, and then to return and allow it to melt away in time. Like a candle just doesn't burn. It's like I can see the candle that slowly burns away, and it holds this opportunity for remolding and utilizing this wax and pieces and putting them all to good use in this Build-A-Bear or Build-A-Being, or a stick of dynamite, and it just goes off. And I feel like the Aryans are really, if I may, you might feel one way or the other, you might feel like a stick of dynamite, but there's this beautiful slow burn that is worth being a witness for of oneself. It's worth it. You're worth it. Because what you've seen done, whether a decorated soldier or your, whatever other case may be, whatever you may do personally or professionally, in this remold of it, almost like honors the things you've seen and done. It honors the parts of you that were decorative, somewhere that were more utilitarian, this, that, or the other, the relationships, friendships, connections you've had. It's almost like it blends them and honors them, but in this subtle way, versus them being a mask. Do you know what I'm saying? So it honors them. It honors what you've been through, the love and the loss, and it recalibrates so that I'm not carrying directly the hurts or the healings, this, that, or the other. It just merges them into this ornate observation that when I personally, as a guest in your aura, so thank you, I feel worth it again. I feel really worth it. Really worth it. Okay, I'm gonna flip it to win it here and start adding on some tarot and oracle. So share, subscribe. Links below to help a gal grow. If you want a personal Rorschach in a reading, you can be my muse as well. Aryans. There's something in my neck, like I'm preparing for this, not breakthrough, but I almost wanted to say battle. So the battle brought me into, I'm seeing a video game. Oh, let's see if I can flip through the Rolodex here. I didn't play it, but I've seen, I should say, I think I've tried to play it. It's an older one. ultimate fighter. Is it all? I don't know, actually, if that's what it's called. I feel like it's a very popular, it's not Dungeons and Dragons, but maybe it is. It's like one of those old school fighting games and the characters are like doing this. Anyway, and I'm seeing one of them with like a mask and horns. There's a lot of red and black. And they're prepared. I'm kind of being brought back into the soldier or being of service, but this could also have to do with, yes, an emotional state of being. I feel like something's missing from me. And here's the irony is I'm holding it. I'm holding the missing piece. Judgment. Ooh, somebody has a guardian angel. Lots of reflecting going on. Somebody might, in the Aryan collective. When I saw the judgment, I actually saw like a guardian angel and speaking to this angel. Insert any term that suits you well. Deity, angel, this, that, or the other. God, prayer, to a therapist, to, you know, friend or foe, somebody, a confidant. There's, I feel like there's going to be a sound, if not already, that, okay, so as I heard this sound, bear with me here, I'm in it, and this sound that I heard brought me into that video game, and I can see the words across the screen. Are you ready? But I don't want to fight. But I've built everything around it in preparation for it. I think this is a fight within myself. Even if it's things I've been through externally. Okay, and I realize I'm the one with the controller, controlling it. Okay. And now I'm with another person, place, or thing. I'm not in the fighting realm thing. I'm not in that video game. Please bear with me here, Arians. This is, thank you. I'm just going to say thank you. And now I'm sitting around what I'm going to say is like water, or it's like a safe circle. It's a horseshoe. I'm being brought back to the guardian angel again, which could even just be a concept, you know, telehealth. I don't know what it is. It's not for me. There's too many variables. There's too many things interesting. There's too many things this can be embodied in, possibly many. And if anyone's going up justice, oh my goodness, if anyone's going up right on the train of thought, if anyone feels up against the justice system of health and wellness, or actual justice system and reflection of, you know, life choices or whatnot, some sort of judgment, thank you. I'm being brought back to the video game. Okay, just give me these two cards for lack of a, right? And so they're in the video game. The sound goes off. Excuse me. Okay, fight. And then I suddenly realize, through my own judgments and justice, that I'm the one I have the controller, and I'm controlling the game, the moves. The Hermit. It's like you're playing a 2-player game, and you're like, you've got 2 controllers, and okay, so I could see why this is a little melty. Burning the candle. We were talking about that hermit style. I Feels emotional in nature with the Hermit in this deck, being around water. And with the Page of Cups, I might feel very, very small. The King of Cups, I also feel very, very large. I feel small and large. Judgment and Justice. I'm reflecting, burning the candle. Okay, Arians, if you are in this vast arena, and perhaps this will resonate with a few of you, I'm not sure, but I'm going to carry on in the story here and continue to see what I see, sense, and feel, because this is what you're doing. It's like everything in this, maybe in your stabilizing, like see how her dress is mountain, and then there's this portal for something to sail through. That's kind of what this feels like, is that you're kind of going to, let's put the stick of dynamite to good use. Okay, but even as a slow burn. And you, something has blown your foundation out. Whatever it may be. Okay. I'm just gonna stay there for a minute. I'm like, all right, okay, that happened. And now what? So there's maybe you reach out, judgment and justice for balance, for perspective, guardian angel style. There might be people in very societal positions that can help you, like covered under benefits or something like that. Something very in the justice system, and not justice necessarily, but just in the societal system where the judgment is more maybe holistic or spiritual. So there's this really good balance. Okay, I'm back. The stick of dynamite blew something into my foundation. I'm going to fast forward and realize I kept a piece of that as a reflection. Remember, we were talking about the whole BuildaBear and the candle wax merging into one. And as I'm going through this process, but still kind of like rocked that I've got this gaping hole in my foundation. But suddenly I'm aware in time, sometime through the process, this gaping hole becomes a pathway, a canal for things to move through. I might have been in my own way. And then I feel smooth sailing from here. Still sailing, but okay. I'm going to... Arians, may you seek and source. It's so awkward when cards fall. One moment. Liberty and abracadabra. Okay, Arians, I feel like there's a portion of the collective that is getting raw and real. In your aspects, in your archetypes, the whole kit and caboodle. Maybe it's in a particular channel of the justice system or judgments that you've made. Hermit style, raw and real. But with liberty and abracadabra, and I admit a lot of this feels very emotional in nature, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be in reflection, significant reflections of your entirety of reality. Foundations. Okay. And are you fighting? But you're also the controller. Okay. Justice and liberty, judgment and abracadabra. It's worth it. It works out if you work it. Work the controllers. Sorry, my nose is like super, super, super itchy in your reading. It's almost like learning the combinations So like if you're playing a video game and maybe it's more old school, you know, like ABA does this, or double jump, or I don't know, something along that lines. Like there's combinations. And with judgment and justice, liberty and abracadabra, you can free yourself not by forgetting or you know, cutting off. It's actually by stepping forward in possibly small ways. Possibly what seems small, but can make or inspire big effects. You're feeding your peace, I keep hearing. You are feeding your peace, even as this melting candle thing is going on. Handcuffs are being opened up. Again, if that's something in the justice system, in the very societal justice system, that maybe, you know, whether somebody done you dirty or you did some dirty, or maybe this is a mental or emotional imprisonment, but I kind of feel like two parts of you are locked up at the same time, symbolically speaking, or perhaps you can resonate with this. Okay. And beautifully, as I'm going to end here, Arians, and I would like to just share this. So as I'm kind of been moving through all this, I landed down at the bottom on like a feather bed. And what a beautiful feeling that was. I'm landing on a feather bed. And there are Egyptian cats down here. And I say Egyptian because I feel like they're very sacred in the Egyptian culture, if I remember correctly. But they're part of the feather bed. They're part of like your elementals, your energy. I'm on that feather bed, and I'm going to leave it there, Arians, because that feels really, again, soft. Spirit guide, angel feathers, angel wings, I don't know, but you're worth it. Continue on. You are digging in deep, and you are rocking your own world. And that is worth the Medal of Honor. All right. Thank you for being my muse. I'm also seeing a scroll up top. Don't be afraid to have a little bit of fun through this, or if healing has some fun in it, have some fun. You know, it doesn't all have to be raw. There could be some fun. And those combinations, something about combinations with those scrolls. It's like maybe things you did as a kid or growing up in different aspects or in different time frames. You might have saved some clues of these combinations to be like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And boop, boop, gets me over there. Okay, I'm really going to let you go now. Thank you for being my muse. And until next time.